Mm-mm. I write the words that make the whole world read. I write the words of love and special things. I write the words that make the young boys cry. I'm a writer and I write the words. Thank you, Barry Manilow. How y'all doing? Anybody here? Anybody here? Live on YouTube. Can y'all tell me where y'all at? Yeah. Well, I don't see anybody. I'm going to go ahead. This is a short video. All I want to simply say is that my books have arrived. I take great joy in the releasing of books. They are like my children, metaphorically. Correct? To complete these things, it brings me so much joy. So I want to share this moment with you. A couple of people in the chat now have already told me they already got their book, and a couple have already read the book. I would encourage you, please, if you read the book, I could really use reviews on Amazon.com. Right? You don't got to write a novel, just write a few words. But this is my new book. Now, this book breaks a record. Since I've been on YouTube, I think I've completed 5 novels and 4 before that. I've completed 6 novels here on YouTube. So I've done this 6 times. And I want to see what they look like. Now, there have been incidents where they don't come out right? So let's see. Let's see the new baby. Yeah. There they are. There they are. The battle. The battle is here. The battle is available in paperback now. See that gentleman there? Now, I don't know. It might not be what you think it is, but the battle is basically starting with a life that I used to live. I used to live the life on the streets. Many times we consider people who are drugs, we'll call people very easily, especially on here, crackheads, and that kind of dismisses their life. That's who they are. They are a crackhead. Their identity is they're a crackhead. But no, they're people, honey. All these guys you see out there on the street, laying up in the cut and looking like they're about to die, even though they're barely 20 years old. Those are human beings having an experience. So the battle book, The Battle, available on Amazon.com by Timothy Blaine, explores the spirituality of such a person. I lived more than one angle out there in that life. I lived, I know the life of an addict, of a drug addict, crystal meth addict. I know the life of a recovered, or a person who became a drug dealer, and the circumstances in which they became that, why they became that, and why, hence at why people even end up there, correct? But it's a spiritual book, right? So the battle is well, I don't want to tell too much of the story, and if I talk about it too much, I will tell the story because I'm just so excited about this new book, correct? I'm not one for a lot of promotion and all that, but I'm letting you know my book is available. You love that cover? You're the first one said it. Love the cover. That brother, that's not a crackhead. That's a person. That's a human being, honey, raised by parents just like you and I, honey. Correct? And it turns out to be a very intricate story about. See, I'm going to end up going back into the story again. But so this book is going to be part of a trilogy as well. My last trilogy was about us, about the beef sector, starting with Murder in the Beef Sector, and then Deadly Wager, and then Who Shot the Caller? That was 3. So I finished this book. I said, well, Timothy, you've been writing for 15 years straight. Maybe you're done now, right? But I say that every time. But what I've discovered is no, this story is interesting, and I love writing. It gives me a reason to wake up, right? A project, and you have to work them out. So for all my readers out there, I know everybody's not reading novels anymore, but there are readers. I would encourage you, try Timothy Blaine, The Battle. You can get it in ebook, or you can get it in paperback now at Amazon. How y'all doing tonight? Makes me happy. A double hitter. Y'all gonna get it? I got to go to. I'm gonna post the a link in here, so you can just click on it. You know, I like anybody I know when they write their books. I buy the book initially to support the person, correct? But I've discovered some really great writers by accident. I just bought their book because I know them, and then I discovered, oh, this is really a good story, and I think this is a fantastic story. So I would encourage you. What y'all doing? I ain't gonna be here but a minute. I'm reading your book. Thank you, Sparkle Covington. That warms my heart, honey. You just want to be read. Now, we ain't like some people on here. I just want a coin from you. I'm gonna get a coin from you. You're very lucrative. Not everybody writes for that reason. Actually, I just want people to read my book. I was in a group that I facilitate today or yesterday. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday. And one of the guys in the group had ordered Murder in the Beef Sector. He held up, said, look, my book came. I said, oh, it makes me so happy just to see that. When people have actually read my books. I just want to be read. Not read the way y'all think. Ooh, I read her. Ooh, I read. You can't read shit. I see McCrae is over there with his rebuttal, basically telling the whole world to kiss his ass. I don't know if he's referring to me or not, but he's certainly referring to King Jives, and several other people have also had commentary about the way he showed his ass on Sunday. So he's out there. What's going on, Justin Never Says Die? Get my book, Justin Never Says Die. If you all want to support this channel, that is a great way to do it, to keep me going. So yes, I have started. I began a first page, basically an outline for the follow-up book, but this will probably be a series. So just like now, I used to watch movies. Now, pretty much all the stories that I watch.
I found this on the web for us, so it's like now I used to watch movies now.
Lady, would you go on? What was I just saying? Yeah, I like to watch these to binge watch a lot of these Netflix series. They have series on Prime and even Tubi as well. So I've taken to that. So I say, yeah, write the whole story. I mean, let it be interesting. It's hard to cram a whole life into 90 minutes, right? That's why I think all these series are so successful now. If my mama was still alive, I would get it for her. That seems like something she would love. She would read. Yes, you can get it for yourself. Justin, put it on your shelf. It's a sad story when you go in people's house, they ain't got not one book around. That is a primary thing about design for me. You got to have books. It just looks good, honey. I got tons of books. This whole thing over here is full of books, right? It's a bookcase, but I haven't opened those books at all. I read every book I read it on my Kindle. That's the way I absorb them, but I just love the look of books, though, right? Other books I have. You have Audible and Kindle? Yeah, me too, honey. So this is my 9th book. Meth Monster is a memoir. Then I wrote Love and Gospel Music, which was a 4-part series, 4 books. And then I wrote Murder in the Beef Sector, which is a 3-part series, a trilogy. And now I'm beginning another trilogy. But for right now, the book is The Battle. I read it again yesterday all the way through. I only have one disagreement with my editor. So many times they use adverbs. I don't use adverbs, right? So that was my only kind of a disappointment with that. But some people would prefer that. That's the newer modern way to write. But like I'll say he said, and then she said, or he said, or it said, whatever, and that's it. Said is the said is the word that I use. Adjective would be he said begrudgingly, or he's like that. So she expanded it a little bit in that way, and that's not ordinarily the way I speak. But the characters are fantastic. They're great characters, so I have a lot to work with. Hi, God before everything. Hope you make it. Yeah, God before you already read it. So you're a great reader. That's what we're writing for. We're writing for the readers, honey. Brother. I pointed to the hallway. I get confused. Forgive me, Goonies. Goonies on top of it all, honey. Yes, when I pointed to my scar, I kept pointing over here. I see in my videos, and it's over here actually. So I'm left-handed and dyslexic and online. So it is what it is, baby. Justin crazy. He is funny, child. Justin, do you use a magnifying glass when you're online? So you can find out the details? Oh, you have a piece of paper on the floor. All right, people. That's what I want to do. I just wanted to announce my book, The Battle, Evil versus Something Worse. Correct? There's a battle from the natural and the supernatural. And I can't say much more than that without ruining the story. Okay. I got you're not a reader, but will buy and read your new book. Okay, thank you, Torre. Uh-huh. Yeah, I learned I started reading in prison. Before I went to San Quentin, I had never read a book from cover to cover in my entire life. Correct. This is all through high school. Never did the assignments. I never read any reading assignments or anything like that. I didn't even know that I would enjoy writing. But in prison, you don't have a lot of other options. So I became an avid reader in there. But it's still, even then, it didn't occur to me that I could actually write a book myself. Right? But it's my belief that the Lord just told me that one day. I got up. I hadn't even thought about writing or anything. I just sat down and start writing in my Word program. And now here I am 9 books later. So I hope the art of writing would never be lost. Granted, people are, with all these options we have now, we have so many options, like Kendrick Lamar said. But it's a great thing to be able to calm yourself and actually read and finish a book. So I love it. And I love my readers. But even if you're not a reader, get it and give it to your auntie. Or just hold on to it until I became famous. When I become rich and famous, then you can sell it for $100,000. How's that? You guys have a wonderful night. If you're interested, McCray is over there giving his rebuttal to the attention that he got for bothering that woman, and the woman read the shit out of him, right? And he goes on to tell us about how he loves clothes and he only wears designer clothes and all that. Like the whole world is supposed to love clothes because you do, right? He's from California. McCray is from Oakland. So in California, we are very casual at church. And I've been to several of them before I found my real church. Correct? No, if you want to wear t-shirts and jeans in church, it is not unusual here. Whatever you like to wear, you can wear. We're not into all these 3-piece suits and all this kind of stuff to go to church. That's what he's into. And he made a mistake by coming after this woman when the woman had done nothing to him. The woman came to church to praise the Lord, and he has made it uncomfortable. She probably won't even go back in that building because he's filming her. So she can't never get loose in church because somebody might be filming her and posting it online. And people who are not believers, people who are not a part of church, they may not understand. They may think you look like a fool, hopping around, falling on the floor. You know, your skirt flies up or whatever. It's supposed to be a sacred place. But he doesn't. He's supposed to be this ultimate Christian, but he does not hold the church sacred, or he would never pull out his phone and film people in worship to make fun of them. Okay? That's just my opinion. Y'all have a fabulous night. This is going to be one of my shortest books, shortest videos of late. I think probably in several years. But I did want to announce it once again. The battle. Evil versus something worse. Folks want to know what the hell could be worse than evil. You'll see. Read the book. Later, people.